Bingo, hook up. Both of us hooking up.
All right, here we go.
Big school of fish down there. I'd share with you out the spoils of what we're about to enjoy for lunch. Oysters. Well, good morning. I don't know if you can see me, it's first thing in the morning, first light. Got a beautiful forecast, bit of a southerly wind though, she's a bit cold, but hey, you know, hitting the early morning buzz just to see what happens. We're back at on the east coast of Coromandel, and yeah, just here for the morning. I'm sort of here to gather a bit of a feed because I'm heading away tomorrow down the line to see my mum, and yeah, I want to take some fish with me. Well, so far it's been very, very testing. Cold morning, we've got a southerly wind, you know, the fish, when the wind's in the south, the fish, they shut their mouth, they say, but I don't care. You know, I'm out here to get a bit of time out, but also I want to catch a feed of fish for sure. So hopefully they do come on the bite, because yeah, you know, you watch in half an hour I'll be saying how good the fishing is probably, you know. But Andrew seems to be doing the damage on the gan jigs, but they're only little fish, you know. I've got a slightly bigger jig today. I'm using a metal leaf jig at the moment, but I've got a gan jig on my other rod in the back, and because I thought I'd try a bigger jig to see if I can just sort of attract some bigger fish, you know, if they're there. So sun's just coming up anyway, and it's about 7:30 in the morning, bright and breezy, and she's been pretty chilly this morning overnight with that wind. Oh, here we go. Yeah, ooh, this might be better. Certainly feels a little bit more like it's got a little bit of weight, but it doesn't feel like it's anything to write home about yet, you know. So, and this is why, you know, when the fishing's easy, it's all good, but when the fishing's harder like this, it really makes you work for your fish, and that's what fishing's all about, is actually trying and finding what's going to work for these fish. And so far most of them have been around this size, you know, so I'm just hopeful that things get a bit better, but we'll let them go, obviously, because too small anyway, and just keep looking for those bigger fish. We're going to try out over the sand shortly and just see if that has any change. All right, this one feels like a better one. Big school of fish down there, perfect on the jig when you're dropping the jig down, and this guy here is giving me a decent scrap too. Awesome, beautiful morning, stunning day. The wind's supposed to be dropping off to nothing around lunchtime, and it's already kind of like that. So yeah, so perfect conditions, and you know, I'd like to go out a little bit deeper and see if I can find some gurnard too. So that's on the cards if the weather stays like this, which it's looking like it will do. But first I'd like to catch a few snapper, and yeah, and then we'll see where we go from there. But this fish here feels pretty good. Just backing my drag off a little bit now because it's up off the bottom. Certainly you know, feels like a good keeper, that's for sure. So not complaining. This is what we came here for. Get a good feed of fish so I can share some with the whānau. Hopefully it's not too big. But oh no, here we go. Oh, good eating size fish. This is definitely what I'm after. Nice one. There we go. Yeehaw! That's more like what we come here for.
Alright, so Andrew, we're just sitting beside each other and Andrew just hooked up and on what looks like a reasonable snap. You can see those classic head shakes and head nods there. Alright, there we go.
Just in the lip too.
Nice eating size fish on a slow J.
Yeah. Woo!
Choice. Alright, so Andrew's landed this fish despite having a reel that's sort of playing up a bit. It's giving him a bit of grief, but yeah, a bit of a
nice panning.
Bit of a reward.
Well, she's coming on now. Andrew just lost himself a stonker of a fish. I'd say it must have swallowed his whole jig and everything down to the trace and took him to the cleaners. Bit through his trace and everything, which tells me it was a good snapper. I saw the bend in his rod and I went over there to try and film it, but yep, it didn't end well for him, unfortunately. But nice to be getting some better fish, because we were getting a bit worried in the beginning about the state of what was going on with the fishing, but it certainly has come right so far. And there's plenty of sign on the sounder. We're dropping jigs on them. It's the perfect scenario, really. You couldn't ask for better. Here comes my one. Looks like another reasonable panny to put in the back. So yeah, happy about that. Yes, it is. Great eating size fish. Looks pretty good. It looks pretty well hooked. So I'm just going to lift them on with the trace. You've got to be real careful doing this. There we go. Yeehaw. Another one for the bin. They're not hesitating, the bigger fish, that's for sure. The smaller ones are sort of having a little nip at it. There we go. Another nice pan sized fish. This is awesome. Starting to come across quite a lot of fish sign. You know, we moved out deeper into about 26 meters of water, and yeah, the fish sign out here is quite a lot better than it has been in closer. So they're obviously out over the sand in that deeper water, keeping out of those changeable cold currents that we've got at the moment. Cold water, you know, with this recent cold snap of weather, cold weather coming, you know, there's a lot more.
Nice one.
Not a bad fish.
No, not bad at all.
Just a good panny. But we'll put that one in the back. But yeah, the schools of fish there are just excellent. So there you go, nice pan sized fish. Nothing huge, but this is all we want, is good eaters. All right, again, just sticking around in the same area, sort of. This one here definitely feels like it's got a little bit more weight than the last one. Kind of took it hard on the bottom, you know. They didn't even have a lot of sign there, and they're just coming through in waves of fish. And this one here is definitely putting up a bit more of a scrap than the last lot I've had, so it's a great time of the year to be out fishing, that's for sure. Especially days like this where you've got very little wind and not a lot of traffic around on the water, not a lot of boat traffic, which is kind of nice. There's a few boats sort of making an appearance now though, but in general it's very quiet. Weekdays helps a lot too, you know, so yeah. But yeah, just stoked to be hooking into some good fish, you know, that's for sure. This guy's sort of giving up the goose a little bit now as it comes up. You just got to take your time when you're doing this. Yeah. Don't be in a hurry to pull the fish up. Just, you know, just cruise along. It's easy to wind them up fast, but you know, you can pull that hook. All sorts of things can go wrong, and it does. And I'm seeing this fish at about 7.5 meters now. So yeah, and judging by the scrap, this is probably going to be one that's going to need to be released, I would say. I don't know. Here we go. I'm just seeing colour now. Might be in my size bracket and it might not be. Oh no, this This is probably too big. It's a great fish though. Oh no, it's a perfect eating size. It's right in my size bracket. Any bigger and I wouldn't want it, but it's actually probably about sort of 8 pound or something. There we go. Woo! Check that baby out. I think this might be too big and we might have to let it go. 8 pound. So I'm going to put this one in the back. This is kind of like on the border of what I like to keep, but yeah, there's a lot of meat on that fish. That's going to be a sweet fish. I'll get plenty of food off that. So yeah, what a great catch. Happy as with that one. Looking around for these fish, this feels like a better one too. You know, just searching around for the fish marks. See the odd decent mark on top of what looks like a lot of fish, and that's generally the better fish. So yeah, and I've changed my jig too. I've sort of gone down. I'm still fishing a metal leaf jig, but I've gone down to like a 40 gram one, you know, which is cool. And it's a pink and blue. It's one I've used before here and caught kingfish on it, so I'm always keen to, you know, try new things or try different colors, and it's made the difference. And here comes the fish. I can see it now. Yeah, nice eating size. Very, very, just what I'm looking for the table here. So yeah, hooked well. There we go. Not a huge snapper by any means, but not a small snapper either. Nothing to scoff about that. Nice eating size. Happy as with that one. And I'm almost got my quota of fish, which is 7 snapper in this cut up in the north here. So pretty happy, and some good ones in there too, but I'll keep looking for that, just that one more, because I'm due to get off the water sort of close to midday. I want to be off the water, so yeah, hopefully, and hopefully Andrew can pick up another couple too. He's still looking for a couple more. Well, Andrew and I both spotted a bit of sign, dropped down on it, and bingo, hook up. Both of us hooking up, and feels like a better fish too, so awesome. What a beautiful day. Look at these conditions, and we're only at 11 o'clock, so you know, it just shows you how the day can go just doing a morning session. Oh yeah, this is definitely my last fish. This is a great eater, perfect for what I'm looking for, and that's me. I haven't got him yet though. He's just hooked in the corner of the mouth, but not that well hooked by the looks of it. It's hard, it's really hard to tell, and he's trying to shake that jig out. You can understand that. Sweet, that's us. Woo! 40 centimeter snapper easily. He's flicking around, he's full of beans. He does not want to give up the goose, this one. So there you go, nice eating size fish, and that's me. I've got the feed that I was looking for. Happy as, you know. So yeah, I'm just going to keep fishing for a little bit longer because we've got a bit more time. And you know, see that there's that metal leaf jig there. You know, they're a great jig. There's so many jigs out there by Zest that actually, you know, do the damage on a regular basis. So, you know, they sort of introduced New Zealand to this jig style of fishing, and it's come a long way, that's for sure. But I've been using these little metal leaf jigs. The first ones that I saw was back in 2010, and you know, I never realized how truly effective they were when I first put my hands on one. Right, so I was just watching Andrew from afar, and he's getting a bit of a sleigh ride, and turns out got himself a nice snapper. He was just looking for one more. We both are today, and sure enough, landed the fish that he's been hoping for, so that's really cool. Awesome. Now Andrew's been doing an interesting thing today, and I'll let him tell you about it in a minute, but he had a bit of an issue with a reel we had, and
So he decided to tie some gan jigs onto his soft bait set, and you know, it just shows that you can actually use these jigs on the soft baits. And look at that, that's a great looking fish, mate. Got to be happy with that, eh, bro?
Yeah, not bad. Last one for the day.
And you've been fishing that on your normal soft bait rod, eh, bro?
Soft bait gear.
Yeah.
Just mucking around because I've had a problem with the reel.
Yeah, but it just shows you that you can adapt your soft bait gear to these micro jigs, especially when they're like a little gan jig, 28 gram, and you can see that one in its mouth there.
Yeah.
Little orange and red one. So well done, mate.
Yeah, I'm stoked.
We're going to head back to shore now, eh?
Yeah, I think we should have some lunch.
I think we've got something special for you in that department too. So we'll see you back on shore. Back on shore, and just thought I'd share with you the spoils of what we're about to enjoy for lunch. Oysters. Oh, look at that. We got compliments of Coromandel Oyster Company yesterday. Dropped me off probably about 3 dozen, and Andrew are going to just sit here at the beach after having an epic morning fishing once again, and every day on the water is epic as far as I'm concerned. But we're going to sit here, take in the scenery in the last part of the day, enjoy some of these juicy babies, and yeah, head home. So, but that's it for us this time on Real Screaming Kayaks. Hope you've enjoyed this episode, and we will see you on the next one. Cheers. See ya.